Morning, Mortgage Coach community. I'm Joe Puthur. I'm the president of Mortgage Coach, and I'd like to personally welcome you to a very, very special event today. I'm joined by Mike Gulitz, the founder and CEO of MPC. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Joe. How are you this morning?
Very good, as is hundreds of members of our community who are on the line today. Certainly when we here at Mortgage Coach continue to innovate, it's a great time, but when we have a great partner like you, this is a very, very exciting event. I encourage everyone on the line who hasn't personally reached out, gotten in touch with me, or added me to their LinkedIn network, please do so. Here at Mortgage Coach, we're doing a lot, and this is one of the ways I can make sure you hear directly from the top what's in store for you. So first and foremost, I want to remind everyone who's on the line today what it means to be a Mortgage Coach member. And first of all, let's remember the opportunity that we have in front of us. As the market drives higher rates, as customers continue to be re-educated about what the loan is, we have to look at where does our opportunity sit today. And I know, I can see many familiar names, and I know many of you are not doing a Mortgage Coach presentation on every single customer. Many of you are selecting this type of client, this type of borrower, and here's the reality. Anytime you pull credit, some period, some portion of those folks are not fundable. But some portion of those unfundable folks, when you take them out, some of the people who didn't move forward, they were folks that you could have financed. Bottom line is, they're not just shopping a mortgage, they went somewhere else. So the opportunity that we have together is to take those fundable loans and ensure they get a quality Mortgage Coach experience so that you touch as many people as possible to drive as much revenue as you can today. Now, you've heard me say this, you've heard the industry say this, you've heard other industries say this. It's a multi-screen world. You can't go to a concert, an event, or even walk through the airport without seeing somebody holding their full-size iPad as a camera. The fact is, these devices are everywhere. And even if you say, oh, certain clients or certain demographics don't use these devices, well, that's not correct. You can't go to AT&T today and not get a smartphone. The free phone is a smartphone. And even your customers who are very, very dedicated to paper, their brother, their sister, their father, their uncle, their aunt, somebody is looking at your same materials, rates, payments, and other advertisements on these devices and are thus influencing that individual. Everyone is using these things, especially your partners. Your partners, your realtor referral source uses their mobile device as their primary communication tool if you're not already. So we have to be able to reach out to both clients and partners effectively on these devices. At the end of the day, sales is about conversions. We have to be able to touch as many people as we can to have the hope of, regardless of what the market is doing, the ability to impact everyone possible. And so in order to do that, we have to be constantly building trust. The more trust we create, the more people we touch, the higher our conversion rate. And the way that we're going to help you today, that what Mike and I have done, is we have really focused on how do we ensure that you are always able to reach not just the right person, but with the mobile focus, reach them where they're comfortable. And if you didn't know this already, I know most of you know that we've had an iOS app for a few months now. We also have the Mortgage Coach experience in the Android platform now. So if you have an Android phone, didn't know this, Mortgage Coach is now available to all of your partners, your customers, your referral sources on any device because we address both of those platforms. So today we're really going to focus on the fact that every single person that you come in contact with should know that you're a home finance expert, but the reality is they don't. And the reason is pretty interesting because you only demonstrate your value consistently in a compelling way to certain folks. You don't do it to everybody. So that means only certain people know you as an expert. And that's not just saying in the process of the application process or I'm taking your information to see if you qualify. We're talking about every point in your professional career. Are you doing what you should be doing and letting the people around you know that you are an expert? Now, when I challenge large groups of professionals on why aren't they showing everybody that they're top of their game, why aren't they showing everyone that they have the ability to educate and to guide and to help make the perfect mortgage decision, and it flat out comes down to time. That as professionals and as family folks and as people having lives outside of just our professional careers, we say there's not enough time in the day. But that is simply not an acceptable excuse in an age where we have tools and systems and really innovations like customer relationship management. There's no excuse to say that there's not enough hours in the day. There's plenty of time if you use your time wisely. And so the whole goal, the whole idea behind CRM is not this complexity, this giant workload, this huge database of activity that you have to do. The bottom line is that you need to leverage something so that everyone that could be an opportunity for you has the chance to have that conversation. And you were doing, many professionals have been doing relationship management long before computers. We had index cards, we had Rolodexes, we had lots of different ways of trying to stay on top of who we should be talking to and who we should be reaching out to with our advice. But the advent of technology, the advent of some simplification, the ability to do batch processes, to send out 10,000 emails, to have experiences on the mobile phone and whatnot, has created a culture of flat-out laziness. Most of us, many of us on the line today have bought a solution at some point and believed that the result would be we could put our feet up on the table and just wait for the money to roll in. And that's not what CRM is intended to do. It's not doing your job for you. It's helping you do your job efficiently. It's a very, very big difference. Lazy loan officers that adopt CRM have terrible results. Motivated loan officers that adopt CRM know who to talk to, when to talk to them, how to reach them, and can package a message that really creates an impact for that person, something personal, something one-on-one, something specific. And what Mortgage Planner CRM does, and does in a way that very, very few technologies have been able to do, is it allows you to target the most viable leads, the perfect partners at the specific right time so that you can make sure to achieve that first goal that I mentioned, and that's helping everyone realize that you are a home financing expert. Most CRM solutions are designed for many, many industries, and that's one of the things that makes this partnership so unique. As Mortgage Coach and Mortgage Planner CRM both cater to one audience, you, the finance professional. And so today we are really going to take some time, and I'm really pleased to have the board of professionals that I have on the line with me representing the integration, and hundreds of you taking advantage of the fact that we are carving out the time to have this conversation. But the number one thing I want you to take away from today's dialogue is that time is the greatest gift you can give anyone. And we're giving you this gift today because we want each of you to be successful. My only hope is that you do the same for all of your clients, that you take the few minutes to give them the time to provide a wow experience. And I hope that you utilize what we're about to show you to take your advice and bring it to life on every device that there is. Because if you do, you will put your Rolodex into action and you will capture more business than you've ever dreamed. With that, Mike, I really want to turn it over to you so we can jump right into what MPC does and how this integration works today.
Thanks, Joe. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Okay, Mike, I think you are now the presenter.
You got it all?
We do indeed.
All right, I'll get started. There's a surprising trend we found in the mortgage industry, which at MPC we've come to refer to as the 90% rule. Quite simply, 90% of the business professionals that we work with in the loan industry have attended a trade show or industry event, and then they get back to the office and they purchase contact management software at the event, and then they get back to the office and they either don't take full advantage of its capabilities or they end up not using it all. Now, we're all professionals here and we all want to make more money more efficiently. Nobody likes doing more work than they have to, but we definitely want to be well rewarded for the hard work that we do. As the saying goes, if this were an easy job, everybody would be doing it. But what if we could make it easier? Think about it. How much time do you spend every day maintaining your contacts and calendar? Is all your information synced between your home, office, phone, and mobile devices? Trying to schedule a meeting can be a days-long game of phone tag or even email hot potato as you bounce back and forth with availabilities and openings. And how often are you writing the same email? Of course, you personalize it for each client, but we send hundreds, if not thousands of emails every week. How many drip marketing campaigns do you currently use? Do you use the same one for each type of customer? Or are you spending time custom marketing to all of your clients? What do you do for clients with low credit worthiness? And at the end of the day, how are you tracking your data? Can you cross-reference your referrals, your contacts, and your lead sources? How easy is it for you to see what loans are being worked on and which ones have closed, and which ones still need more work? Now, there's a common thread among the most successful companies. They're CRM. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, and here at MPC we've created the most powerful tool available to handle your CRM, letting you do more in less time with less effort. Mortgage Planner CRM is designed specifically for loan officers, and it's built on the Salesforce.com platform. Keep in mind, it's not a Salesforce program. Mortgage Planner CRM is its own unique standalone program. It's also cloud-based, making it incredibly efficient, reliable, and secure. Being cloud-based means you can access it anywhere. You have your own login and password, so your information is private, but available everywhere you go. So whether you're at home, the office, or even on a vacation, and something comes up that requires your immediate attention, you can take care of it right away. It also works across platforms. So again, if you need something and you don't have access to a computer, you can get it through your smartphone, since we built it for iOS, Android, and BlackBerry users. And it works equally well whether you and your team are on Outlook or Gmail. So however your office is set up, we've got you covered. Now let me tell you a little bit about myself before we move on. My name is Mike Gulitz. I'm a former Marine. I started off my professional life selling medical supplies and moved into the technology startup business in 1996. After the tech bubble burst on me, I moved into the mortgage industry, which brought me to where I am today. These experiences in my education taught me to be highly motivated, disciplined, and analytical throughout my life. When I joined the professional world, I noticed that the most successful companies all had good CRM practices in place, designed to propel them to the next level and really lead their industries. So of course by now I'm sure you're wondering, what does Mortgage Planner CRM actually do? Well, to be honest, if I went through every feature, we'd be here all day. So just let me give you the high points today. And I'll go over the things that I know you'll be using every day. At the core of CRM technology is task and workflow management. Task being the smallest unit of work, and workflow within a team environment. The more tasks you get done, the more money you make. We teach our clients that each task should contain a due date, a subject with a call to action, along with detailed instructions, because you can assign tasks to yourself as well as other team members. And anything worth doing is worth tracking, so you'll be able to see the status of your work as you move each loan through its process. Here's the Mortgage Planner CRM dashboard. What you're looking at is your side-by-side calendar alongside your task list. Each user on your team has this unique viewpoint with their own list of work. So the loan officer in an ideal situation might see a calendar full of appointments with qualified prospects and partners, either their phone meetings or their face-to-face. On the right side would be a list of tasks that only the originator can do. They can't delegate these out, so these show up on their task list. They'll be oriented in priority from tasks that have gone overdue to tasks that are high priority due today, and then tasks that are normal and low priority due today, and then on to tasks that are going to be due in the future. Each time a task is completed, a time and date stamp goes next to it in the activity history of the contact and or the loan transaction that you're working on. So you have a dual filing system. We get a chance to work with a lot of the nation's top originators because we have a good relationship with the mortgage coach and companies like the Duncan Group. And each time we come across someone who's got that potential to go to the next level, but they've hit a barrier of maybe getting stuck at 5 loans or 7 loans, and they can't get past that. It generally boils down to 2 things. One is calendar management, and the other one is task and workflow management, which is why we spend so much time in this particular area of CRM. The loan officer's in a unique situation to collect a lot of information on their client. And historically, as an industry, we've taken that information from the 1003 and we've stored it in loan origination software. And then in the future, we might dust it off if we got a refinance opportunity because you did a total cost analysis and you identified an opportunity to help this client. With the Mortgage Planner CRM, you can take the same information and you can leverage it to help not only your clients, but also help yourselves. You'll see on the contact detail page here that we've oriented it sort of in a logical business fashion. So we don't start off right into the name. We actually start off with source material. In other words, how did you get to know Dwayne Johnson? You'll see that Dwayne was actually a lead source from a realtor that you work with named Matt Barr. You'll also see over here to the right that you can assign contact ownership. So if you're a branch manager or you represent your company here today, you can rest assured knowing that you can assign and segregate large databases and assign those to the appropriate loan officer and team. You can also build hierarchy within contacts. So if you're working with realtor partners and you work with multiple realtors at a single Keller Williams office, you'd be able to see all of the realtors associated with that particular office. You can also group, and this is really big for your sales processes and for your marketing. You can categorize your contacts into one or more group categories. So if you'd like to communicate to Dwayne one-on-one, you can do that, but you can also communicate to Dwayne as a part of a larger group. You'll see as you move down the page, we've got contact information, phone numbers, email addresses, physical addresses. There's even a place for you to keep a photo with this particular contact file. There are birth dates and other important dates scattered throughout the system. I like dates in the CRM because you can use them as reminders to trigger and remind you to take action. So for instance, if part of your strategy is to send a birthday card around the birth date can trigger a reminder a week in advance. If you're using the mortgage coach effectively and you're scheduling annual equity reviews, you can use the anniversary of the home loan or the last refinance as a way for you to reach out in advance, schedule that appointment, and then go through your mortgage coach edge presentations. You can track socials, credit scores. You get to choose what information goes into the CRM. So if you don't want to bring that information over or compliance has concerns about that, no problem, you can leave it out. You can also track employment information, income information. Our clients do a daily import from their loan origination software, so they never have to double key this information in. It just streams seamlessly directly from the loan origination software. There's also a place for you to track Facebook, LinkedIn, website, or blog profiles. So if you're doing those equity reviews and you're going to have a meeting with them tomorrow to go through the edge presentation and you want to do a little, what we used to call in the Marine Corps, intelligence gathering, you can check out their Facebook, their LinkedIn profile, and go see what's been happening in their career and their personal life before you have that meeting. If you go deeper into the interview, let's say you're a certified mortgage coach and you work with financial planners and you've read Dave Savage's books on how to do that, you can gather information about mortgage planning and you can ask questions about what their plans are for retirement, and these are customizable. So if you're following coaching protocols from Building Champions and you want to go ahead and customize these questions, you can do that. You have the ability to easily update contact information. Sometimes you get a return postcard or direct mail piece, find out that that person has moved on you and they didn't pick up the phone to let you know. Well, there's a button within the Mortgage Planner CRM that allows you to send out an email along with an electronic business card that will quickly update their information. They have the option to say, yes, that's all correct, or they could change the address or phone number for you. So imagine having parts of your database keep up with the accuracy of their contact information. Referrals tend to be the best leads we get in the service industries. They come in with a higher level of trust from people that we've done loans for, that we've worked with and partnered with, and people tend to refer up. You can track the referrals that you get from each contact in the Mortgage Planner CRM. I was talking about Dwayne and Jenny Johnson earlier. Dwayne and Jenny were referred to you by Matt Barr. Matt's your realtor partner. You and Matt did a fantastic job both finding and financing Dwayne and Jenny's dream home. And they've told their friends and family about that. And that's led to introductions from Dwayne and Jenny, which you can also track within the CRM. And occasionally, you're going to be giving out referrals to your partners. You got to give referrals to get them, right? The old Ivan Meisner saying, give to get. So when you're looking at this particular page, you can track the referrals that you give out to your partners. So if you introduce Dwayne and Jenny to a financial planner or CPA or interior designer, you can track that. And if Dwayne happens to be one of your partners, you can track the referrals that you give to this contact. Now, this only takes a second to do it, but the payoff can be huge because we have built-in quantitative reports that will show you exactly where your business is coming from, and maybe you can better determine where you're going to spend your time and energy in the future. You can upload and attach vital electronic documents. So if you'd like to keep a till or a GFE or a scanned tax record with a specific contact. This is going to be secured, and only you will have access to it with your unique password and login credentials. The two primary ways that we receive requests as business professionals is number one, through the phone, and number two, through our email inbox. And we believe that your inbox has got to work and be integrated with your CRM experience, especially since the average U.S. worker, and mortgage professionals tend to be higher than this number, work an average of an hour and 47 minutes a day just to manage their inbox. Now that's 11 weeks per year. I did the math. And if you've got a team of 5, you may be a little discouraged to know that you spend over a year of payroll just to manage your team's email. I'm not suggesting that we dump email. I do believe that it's one of the most powerful things that's been invented in the last 2 or 3 decades. But I do believe that we mismanage our inbox to a great deal, and we could be more efficient. So we've worked on a solution here at MPC that works directly with Outlook or Gmail along with Mortgage Planner CRM. It's called DARTS. DARTS is an acronym that stands for Delete, Archive, Reply, Task, and Sort or Sync. Quite simply, these are the 5 things that you would normally do with a message that comes into your inbox. You'll see here that you've got a screenshot of Outlook, and we install an API or a widget. And this allows us to do 3 things. Number one, you can synchronize your calendar. So your calendar in the CRM and Outlook will be the same. You can also synchronize your contacts. And then finally, and most importantly for DARTS, you can move an important message, a request from a client or partner, transfer it from your inbox into the CRM, and set it into an action sequence, such as a follow-up campaign, a marketing campaign, or even a workflow if you're doing something like doing a loan process for someone. You can archive those important emails, link them to contacts and loan transactions, including the attachments, and then you'll be able to find them later. Once you're done, you can go back to this message and delete it and move on to the next request. I've been using a system or a variation on the system for 8 years, and I go home every day with an empty inbox. And you can do the same, and we'll show you how. Most of our clients, like you, are at the top of their industry. They invest in technology like the Mortgage Coach and the Mortgage Planner CRM so that they can stay on top, so they can be more efficient doing more in less time. And most of those clients could write out their loan process checklist backwards and forwards even if we blindfolded them. We've created a 60-step, 30-day loan process checklist. Our clients are given a copy of that checklist with detailed instructions on modifying it. So if you're a single loan officer and you do all the work with your processor, or if you've got a team that you've built around you and you divide up the work in your loan process, you'll be able to change our checklist and then submit it back to us, and we will re-engineer the Mortgage Planner CRM's transaction page to your specifications. So you'll have your own ideal loan process. In order to launch that step-by-step procedure, you just go into the transaction page for your purchase or refinance, change the status on it from none to open, and a series of tasks will begin to fire off in the order that you've designed with the time-dependent workflows built in. So in other words, they won't all show up at once. They will show up on the days in the sequence that you've predetermined, assigned to the appropriate person on your team who does that work. Each time the work is done, the task is completed, a time and date stamp goes next to it. The person on the team who did the work gets the credit. Most of us are working more and more away from our desk. Mobile technology has freed us up from being locked to the desk, and we can work from our iPhones or iPads. We've developed technology that allows you to do that. We have a partnership with Salesforce.com, which means the Mortgage Planner CRM moves with your mobile devices. You can scroll through our app for the iPhone, the Droid, or the BlackBerry device and see your entire contact list. You can sort through alphabetically. The touchscreen technology on the iPhone 4S here allows you to click on a person's name, and then from there you can dial them, which would not only dial the number, it would log the call in your CRM, or you could email them. And if you're using Droid or iPhone, you can talk into your phone at that point using the Siri technology on the iPhone, and it would dictate the message out before you hit send. We have a series of drip marketing campaigns built in and ready for you to use in the Mortgage Planner CRM. Those drip marketing campaigns can be launched directly from your app for your mobile device. So if you're out meeting with a realtor and a new lead comes in, you won't have to delay those precious moments for you to get back to your office. You can launch a campaign right there from Starbucks. You can manage your calendar. You can set up new meetings. You can change meetings on the fly. And you can create new tasks. So as work comes up, as emails come in and you need to assign tasks, you can do that directly from your mobile device. You can create tasks, adding subject lines, assigning it to the appropriate contact and team member. You can set a due date, save it, and then you can always go back and edit it or delete it later on. The dashboards and reports will give you a 360-degree view of what's happening in your business. So you can do things like track units and pipeline. You can see your referral sources, and you can track your sales month to date and year to date. Now these are tracking in real time. So as they change and you're on the road, you're going to be able to see these changes directly from your mobile device. The iPad has changed mobile computing even more. Bill Gates predicts that by 2016, more than half the computer users in the United States will be using tablets instead of as a primary tool instead of their traditional desktop. I don't know if it's going to be that soon, but I've seen a lot of people with iPads in the airports in my last travels. The Salesforce team has developed the first iPad app. It was released last year, and it allows you to access Mortgage Planner CRM through your iPad with its own unique application. You can scroll through your contacts. There's an interactive map that shows you the location of that person based on the address that you keep for them in the CRM. And you can do things like view recent activity, edit contact information, send emails. You can even start a FaceTime meeting. For those of you that don't have Mac products, FaceTime is a video conferencing technology that's available for Mac users. The most popular feature in the Mortgage Planner CRM, I'd have to say, is the loan milestone e-statusgrams. This allows a loan officer to update the borrower along with any transaction partners that they would like to update about progress being made in the loan. You'll see over here to the left that we've got different check boxes for some of the top 10 or so milestones that are available in the loan process. When a loan officer checks one of these off, or when it's mapped over from your daily import from your loan origination software, the following happens. An email goes out to each person that you want to update, letting them know, and this does three things. Number one, it informs. Hey, I just want to let you know the disclosures have been set. The second thing it does is it makes you look good. You're over-reporting, you're keeping them up to date, you're taking stress out of a very stressful situation. The third thing, and this is probably most important, it saves you the time of doing this the old way. The old way might be sending out multiple emails to each person, making multiple phone calls to update them, or even if you're in a high-volume environment, you've been coached to host office hours to do just this one portion of your business. Why not let the technology do it for you, accomplish the same thing, and give you back those 2 to 3 hours a week so that you can do another loan, take your family to dinner, or both? We have hundreds of email templates for you to choose from for different things in your loan business. All of our templates are designed and ready to go. We recently rewrote those and re-released them late last year. So these are all up to date, ready to go. You as the user have the opportunity to edit the content in any of the templates. So you can use the design, edit the existing content, and you can even create your own templates from scratch. When you put a series of templates together, you have now the potential for a marketing campaign. Our goal with our marketing is simple. We want you to look good and save you time. All you have to do to launch a marketing campaign, these are already built in, ready to go, is go to the person's contact page that you'd like to place on a campaign and choose the one that works best for that need. Now they come in a variety of different design layouts, so you can choose the color scheme that looks best for you, maybe looks best with your logo. Once you've selected it, the first email goes out immediately, followed by another email in the series. These have time-dependent workflows, so it might be once a week, once a month, depending on the nature of the campaign and the urgency. Once again, all the content's available for you to edit, put in more of your own personality, or put through your compliance procedures to make sure that you can use it. For those of you that have companies that provide marketing materials, or maybe you're purchasing it from a third-party vendor in the mortgage industry, you can send HTML-based emails out through the Mortgage Planner CRM. You can do that one-to-one, and you can do that as a mass email to a group of individuals. We have holiday emails, and we remind you in advance to send those out so you never miss an opportunity to let the person that you've worked with in the past know that you're out there working hard and you appreciate their referrals. For those of you working with realtors, I hope you have a lot of purchase business since the rates have changed recently, and I know the refinance is definitely taking a turn. We have the opportunity with our Top Tips for Homebuyer campaign for you to co-brand those, and you can do that with one or more realtors. So if you'll notice down here at the bottom where your branding would typically be in place, you can use a co-branded banner. We just need to get the contact information, headshot, and company logo from you. And our support team here will help you set all that up. Now I save for the best for last because I'm very excited about what we're doing with Mortgage Coach Edge. I have been a colleague and friend of Dave Savage going back to 2005 when I first met him at a Loan Toolbox event that was hosted by Tim Brahim. And I got to tell you, Dave was one of the guys that I really admired and modeled our business after, because I'd seen what he had been able to accomplish at Mortgage Coach. And I'm very excited about working with Dave and Joe on this. We started working on this integration at the end of last year and put it through an extensive pilot program with some of our shared top clients. And I'm very excited about releasing this last April. So it's only been in the market a short time, and we're just now starting to get some really great feedback, making some tweaks to it. And we've invited Jeff McGinnis here today, who's one of our pilot members and who's one of the heavy users of the system, to kind of show us exactly how he uses Mortgage Planner CRM's new integration with Mortgage Coach Edge. Jeff, are you out there?
I'm here.
I think Joe's going to turn the screen over to you so they can see how the experts do it, and then I'm going to be quiet.
Gotcha. Hey everybody, I'm Jeff McGinnis. I'm with Wallach and Volk Mortgage Bank, and I've been an MPC user for over a year, about a year and a half or so. And I was really excited about this integration because I've been doing this anyway with every single one of my borrowers that comes on board, either as a new refinance or new purchase client. And now it just makes it so much easier to get this done. It's pretty remarkable. So what I've got here is an example of a borrower that we'll call this borrower a potential buyer. So my workflow is that I will take James' borrower, put his information into the CRM, and then I'll book a mortgage review with James and or his wife, and we'll spend some time on the phone going through the Edge report. And so what I'll do is start right here and go to, bear with me. Hold on, guys. So I'll click this button here, Generate TCA Presentation. The system will tell me that it is ready for use. I'll go over to Mortgage Coach Edge. And it'll show me right here, there's James' borrower's information. And with James on the phone, oh, and by the way, before we actually meet on the phone, what I'll do is I'll go over here, and what will happen is the system will input the latest presentation for James, and then what I'll do here is click this little box, and it'll send him a neat cover letter that looks like this, so that he can click on the link. So I'll coach him on the phone to click on the link and then go through how to, the basic information. So if you've done a total cost analysis report, this is probably pedantic. You've seen this before. It's not something that is new. But for me, just going through these screens and then coming out to the presentation and going through it live with the borrower is really, really nice. And then after we're done, I can shoot a quick video, summarize our meeting, and then they have that for their records to refer to. So that's one way that I use the integration. And the second way that I use it is on the annual mortgage reviews. So on the annual date, so let's say in February of 14, I will call James and I will let him know, hey, it's time for your annual mortgage review. We'll set up some time to chat, and then I'll generate another total cost analysis with him, and then it will give me another one. that is, bear with me. So here's James's new total cost analysis, and I'll know it's his annual mortgage review because it references the loan number. And then I'll go through with James what he thinks the property value is worth. What you'll notice here is it populates the first payment date, the original loan date, the term, the balance. It auto-calculates everything. And then I'll be able to do an annual mortgage review with him in much the same manner that I did the purchase total cost analysis. And again, the system will auto-populate this link for the borrower. I'll click on the Edge report, send him the presentation, and it will automatically send something to the borrower. So then we use this as the tool to go through his annual mortgage review. Now, it may or may not make sense for him to refinance, but that's not necessarily the point for me. It's to cement that relationship and make sure that he knows that he's either got the coolest mortgage on the planet or that he needs to get the coolest mortgage on the planet, and I'm right there to help him with that. So those are the two main ways that I use this basically day in and day out. I think for now, guys, I'll just kind of hand it back over. This is just an example of how I've integrated this into my system, and hopefully somebody can take away something that's valuable from it.
Yeah, Jeff, absolutely. I'm sure the entire group watching was able to take value away from that. I just want to make sure we point out very, very clearly. You guys see the buttons that Jeff was touching. So we're on the Transactions Properties tab, and there are the two buttons that are there for generating a total cost analysis or generating a rent versus own if that was the situation that was given. Also, as he highlighted, there was very, very simple checkbox that you simply check that box, and a hugely professional email is then delivered to the customer. And so when you look at this and you start thinking about what I talked about earlier about the time it takes to make sure that everyone knows that you're a financial expert, we have cut that time significantly by being able to put the data in the database to work for you. And so when you talk about what does the integration do, the integration really reduces a significant amount of data entry to create that wow. So we bring over all the fields that are in the record that matches to the Mortgage Coach Edge presentation. And so I do want to just highlight, I'm going to bring up a document here on my screen that you can see, and that all of you that are interested in turning this integration on and really making it function, this is the types of scenarios that you can do. So in brief, and again, Jeff showed this moving real time, but scenario one, you're on the contact page, you've got a brand new lead or a referral from someone else, you can see all of the fields that come over and move into Mortgage Coach Edge. The second scenario is really what we just highlighted very, very clearly, is the ability to click on either of those buttons and have not only the contact information, but also the key loan data transmitted from MPC directly into Edge in about half a second. So when you look at the integration, it's very straightforward, but there's a lot of advanced things that are happening in the background to make this work and to connect all of your different devices together. And I think more than anything, and Jeff, maybe you can share with the community, this saves a ton of time and lets you get in front of a lot more people. Yeah. So would you say that that's been effective for you too?
Yeah. So what used to take me probably an hour to do 2 of these, I could probably get done, if I'm really cooking, maybe 10.
I mean, the speed is so much of an improvement. You're really just talking about being able to deliver it to as many people as it takes to get your message out there. And I really think that's the point of what Mike and I have done and what the team has really been focused on in bringing this integration to all of you. So when you are looking at how you get started in really creating the impact that this can create, it's really a decision on your side to say you're going to manage your contacts and manage your leads in a way that you're going to give everyone this experience. And so, Mike, I shared this document. Certainly, Jeff, you've highlighted the functionality. Maybe we can pass it to you, Mike, so that you can help everyone here on the line understand, for those who are members, which there are a lot of MPC folks who are on the line, we certainly want to know how to turn this on. And for many of those who aren't, how do they get to experience this themselves? And you should now have the ability to share your screen again.
Excellent.
Thanks again, Jeff. It was very helpful for you to show real loans in a real scenario. And for everyone still on the line, we're also going to have a live Q&A. So if you have questions for Jeff, you can post them in the QA section, or you can click to raise your hand, and we'll unmute you shortly.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Thanks, Jeff. Guys, one of the reasons that I actually wanted Jeff to do this, Jeff, I don't know if you remember this, or if your memory of this is different, but when I reached out to everyone personally to do the pilot program back in, I think, February, March of this year, I remember you being fairly skeptical. Do you remember that?
Not horribly, but I remember it having an opinion.
Fair enough.
How's that?
That's good. So I figured, out of all the people I talked to, if we could turn you into a fan, that we had a good chance of really coming out with a killer integration with Edge, and that was our goal. And I think that we've accomplished that. I'm going to just wrap up the webinar here, and then I want to give you guys a call to action that you can follow up with, and then we'll open it up for Q&A, because I know you probably have some questions. We're going to give you a 360-degree view of our business, of your business, with our dashboards and reports. These reports let you get really in-depth knowledge of how your business is working and let you track things like your closed transactions and what loans are currently being worked on, new contacts, new leads, prospects, things like that. Now, this is a lot of information, and it's a lot of tools to use within the CRM. But we also know about that 90% rule, and we don't want you to fall into that category. We want you to be a part of the top 10% that's driving the mortgage industry and making things happen. So we're not going to be like Home Depot here and just give you the tools and a hearty good luck. We actually include setup and support with everything that we do. So once you're signed up and on board with the program, we're going to help you gather all your data from your various data sources, like Calyx Point or Encompass, and even Outlook or PC Lender if you're using that. They'll help you put them onto one spreadsheet so you can audit that data, maybe for the first time in a number of years, and clean it up as necessary. Then we're going to help you import all that data into Mortgage Planner CRM and sync it back with Outlook or Gmail, whichever one you might be using, as well as your smartphone. Then we'll help you get your company logo set up and all your contact information in place so that your emails and the documents that we showed you here today have that information. And we'll teach you how to use the different marketing campaigns, as well as how to edit information and personalize it. We'll also help you set up your own loan process checklist to fit your business needs. We provide you with the support to use the system with our in-house training resources. They have extensive product knowledge. Our people really know how to use the different operating systems that you rely on, and we have industry experience. We also work off of the same CRM we're training you on, and we only work with mortgage professionals. So you can make an appointment for live support. If you have a question, you want us to help you walk through something with you, we'll do that. And best of all, if we don't hear from you, we're going to reach out to you because we want to make sure that what you've invested in is being utilized. That's how much we believe in you and believe in the system. So to sum up, down and dirty, you get your contacts and calendar synced and managed, custom task management, pre-built and customized marketing campaigns, professionally written email templates, also customizable, and the DART system. Customized loan process checklists, loan comparison proposals, pre-built milestone e-statusgrams for you and your clients, custom tracking your referrals and your needs, of course the Edge integration, which is our most exciting feature to date, as well as all your training and support that you need to stick with it and take full advantage of the CRM's capabilities. So by now I hope you're asking, where do I get started? How can I learn more? Well, we're going to put a number up on the screen. so you can reach out to us. We plan on reaching out to each one of you that attended the webinar today, but it'll probably take us a while because there were a couple hundred of you on the phone. If you're excited and you want to get started, feel free to give us a call. Let us know that you saw the webinar today, that you're a Mortgage Coach client, and you would like to either set up an impact call to answer any questions that we don't answer today. Now, we're going to do a Q&A, so we may get your questions answered before we hang up. Or, if you'd like, we offer a no-obligation trial of the Mortgage Planner CRM. We would like you to get your hands on it. It's a 7-day trial. We give you full user ID and password access, and you'll have access to the Mortgage Coach integration. So you can go in there, create transactions, we'll give you the fields that you need, and you'll be able to test it out with your own Mortgage Coach account. I want to thank each of you for your time today. I'd like to turn it back over to Joe and open up Q&A and make myself available to do my best to answer any of those questions and see if Jeff will help us out with that as well.
Great. Mike, thanks so much, and certainly I think what you guys have done in creating a solution that's tailored specific to our industry is just simply fantastic. I know you just mentioned a number of the answers to some of the questions that have appeared in the QA. For example, many people wanted to know if they could utilize the trial and see the integration work. Obviously, you said yes. Other folks have asked for a little bit of clarification. I think you're going to end up answering these questions as they get their trial started. How can they customize the email when you click the checkbox that Jeff showed? It's got his logo and the branding and some screenshots. So really, I think a good 3 or 4 of the questions that are in the QA right now are just around how do you go from the solution the way it is right now, out of the box, to it being specific for my brand, and how much work is involved to do that during this trial period?
That's a great question, and it's always one of the concerns. It actually looks like we're doing a ton of customization, but the way that our platform is set up is we're literally transforming all of those templates at once we change your core back office profile. So you give us your contact information that you want to use, company logo, etc., and it transforms all the marketing to your needs. Now, we also are going to get the disclaimers for the footer that your compliance department requires for you to use on all outbound emails or mass emails. So there's a lot to that we do behind the scenes. It's very easy for us to do it, and we do that as a part of all of your normal setup when you become a client. So that will be one of the phone calls you will do with the support team member. It is very easy to do.
Terrific, terrific, great. And then, I want to emphasize, I see the question come up again, if you take Mike and the team up on this offer for our members, you can call the number, get set up, and you can see this integration work in your own Edge instance. So very simple to set up, takes just a couple of minutes, and you can start pushing information back and forth. Now, Mike, as I expect that you would think, a lot of our members already know the value of getting Mortgage Coach presentations in the hands of customers and partners, and they can recognize from everything that you showed, task management, mobile capabilities, simple one-click button, that it just makes sense. So I got to tell you, I probably got about 15 questions around, all right, trial aside, what's the investment?
Okay.
Would you like to talk about that now, or do you want to drive a different conversation?
No, I'm happy to. I took it off of the presentation because the folks that consulted with us on our marketing and advertising asked me to do that. But the pricing is pretty straightforward. If you're an individual user, you have a team, you can figure that it's going to be about $1,000 per seat. Okay, so if you're working with 3 people, budget for $3,000. We have a setup fee of $399 per person. We're running a special on that this month that you can get set up for $150 per person. So the math on that goes like this. If you're an individual, it's $150 set up, $999 for your annual subscription. That's an annual subscription that renews annually. Think of it as a gym membership for the health of your mortgage business. If you have a team of 3, take $150 times 3. With this month's promotion, you're saving $750, and your annual subscription would be roughly $29.97 for the 3 users annually. If you've got 10 or more users, 50 or more users, be sure to talk to your account executive when you give us a call, and they'll be happy to discuss volume-based pricing. Also identify the company that you work with. We have enterprise accounts with most of the major mortgage companies, and if they already have 10 or 50 or more users, you're already going to be able to enjoy those negotiated discounts, and we'll be happy to access that for you.
Terrific, Mike. And guys, I hope everyone caught what Mike just said, many of you work for some of the most elite lenders in the country, and many of them already have relationships with Mike and his team. So before you do all the arithmetic on the investment, try it. Click the button, see Mortgage Coach presentations generated with a simple checkbox, and then determine what's your time worth. And I believe what you'll come to is that this is a fantastic way to gain efficiency out of your day. Another question that has come up, Mike, is for existing MPC folks who want to hang up the phone right now and want to generate an Edge presentation with the integration. What do they need to do right now?
Just give us a call and ask for support, or you can email us at support@mortgageplannercrm.com, and that will go right into the queue. A support person will reach out to you. For some of you that are legacy clients of Mortgage Planner CRM, we just need to do a call and flip a switch for you. For those of you that are going on trial, the Edge integration is standard, so it's a matter of us. For those of you guys that are legacy, we've got to flip a switch, and for those of you that are new, it'll already be turned on. So.
Terrific, terrific. And let me just emphasize that, ladies and gentlemen, it's instant. So reach out to Mike if you already are MPC folks and you need to see the new Edge tab. It'll light up, it'll turn it on for you. And if you are going into the trial, it's already, we know that you came from this call and we're ready to turn it on for you. Now, GoToMeeting, as you guys can see, is pretty interactive. You know, Mike and I are able to talk to you. You can see us. And if you'd like to raise your hand, ask your question live, really just chime in the conversation, certainly you can do that. All you need to do is click the little icon that looks like a hand. It'll raise the hand, and we'll see it on the side. So we'll give you guys just a minute to do that. I don't know if there's anybody else from the member team that's been on the line that wants to comment. You know, feel free as we take a look at the questions that are going to come in. Jeff, anything you want to add too, that's always fine as well.
Just being a customer of MPC for a while, the onboarding it's really easy, and the customer support is really, these guys are very good at what they do, and can solve. There hasn't been a problem that they haven't solved for me. So I just want to give a shout out to Mike and his team. That thanks a lot for creating that. That's awesome.
Thanks, Jeff.
Lots of terrific, and customer service is so important to us, and that's why we're very selective as we bring partners to you. And Mike, again, I echo those thoughts. Thanks for all we hear about how you support our clients. We have a few interesting questions in the QA. One that I think is really important is, does the MPC system keep a history of the reports that are sent? And the exciting news, of course, is that in the MPC section, you actually see the history every time you've sent out one of those presentations. So coming back 6 months later, 10 months later, 2 years later, you'll be able to see what experiences they were given, and you're even able to see if they've been viewed. So you guys all know how you can see that information in Edge. You can see that information as we work together in the CRM. So it's just fantastic to now have that capability. So that being said, Mike, it looks like we did answer everyone's questions. I don't see any hands raised. Oh, it looks like we've got one. Ed, I'm going to attempt to unmute you. I don't know, Ed, if you had raised your hand earlier on, but you're going to be unmuted, and let's see if you can answer.
Hey, Mark, Mortgage Coach.
Hey, Ed, how you doing? Ed, can you hear us?
Yeah, they're asking me a question, if that's okay.
Oh, great.
Are you familiar?
Oh, sorry, Ed, you just broke up there. Let me try that again. Ed, say that again. Mike, it looks like we might be having audio issues.
Well, what I wanted to kind of like find out is, they basically said it was a 150 setup and $9.99 annual. Now, is that including the Edge part of it, or is that separate?
No, that Mortgage Coach is definitely separate. Ed, great question. These are two platforms. So as a member event, certainly the concept here is that you're already a Mortgage Coach member. Just the number one thing I'm asked a lot is, Joe, we want to get more presentations out. We want more people to see our brand on the mobile phone. We want more folks to see that we're experts on an iPad and really be able to reach out to mass audiences. And quite frankly, my focus to all of you is to help make sure that Edge and our product is amazing on all those devices. But when it comes to database management and the contact management and this kind of historical point of record of everyone that you touch, you really need to pick a CRM model that's right for you. And we really believe that MPC has demonstrated and was one of the first to create a fantastic integration, why we bring it to you today. But it is two separate products. But again, Mike and the spirit of his organization is very much in line with the philosophy, and that's certainly why we've invited him here today. And now I know I see another 6 or 7 questions about pricing structure. I really just want to emphasize this. It's difficult given the fact that many of you work for so many organizations that have a partnership. Think of the investment after you click the button and try it and see it for yourself. Mike and his team are so dedicated to making sure that you see the value first. Pick up the phone, call, and they will definitely share the pricing for your specific organization. But Mike, I know that it was kind of a setup fee and whatnot. If you want to rehash it, sure, but I certainly think we want everyone to call.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. The reason that we have a trial for you and we offer that, in fact, you can't become a customer unless you do the trial. We just have a very strict policy of that. We want you to make sure that before you invest your hard-earned dollars, that you've had a chance to drive the Mortgage Planner CRM, to test it out. I drive BMW. My friend drives a Mercedes. We can't agree which car is better. The Mortgage Planner CRM is going to be a great fit for some people. And for others, it may not be that perfect fit. And we want to give you the opportunity on our trial to test it, to find out, to play around with the Edge integration as well as all the other feature sets so that you can determine for yourself, is this the right fit for you? And just like when someone calls you up and asks you, what are your rates? Instead of letting you go through and explain the really value of your services, the trial is designed to give you a full-scale picture of what we can do with you as a vendor and someone that you can work with, because it's not just the technology. It's just a scratching the tip of the iceberg day, what I showed you today. It's the support that comes with the Mortgage Planner CRM that you need to really test out to understand what that $1,000 per person buys you each year in your subscription. And at the end of that trial, you should have enough information to make a buying decision.
Terrific. And everyone, I appreciate you attending the event today. Again, reminder to everyone who's asking in chat who are existing MPC members, how do you get this turned on? If you do not see the Edge tab, all you need to do is reach out to Mike. They want to hear from you. They want to know that you want to use this integration. And together, we want to make sure you have the best experience possible. So give a quick shout out. Remember, there's also an email. It's support at, go ahead, Mike, support at
mortgageplannercrm.com. Tell them that you saw the demo today and that you want to turn on your Edge integration feature, and the support team will reach out to get that started for you.
Fantastic, Mike. Thanks again. We will have a recording of this event available for those of you that have colleagues that were not able to tune in. My name again, Joe Puthur, President of Mortgage Coach, available at joe@mortgagecoach.com. Please send me a note. Let me know what you think of this integration, and much success to all of you as we all work together to improve the perspective of our industry and help every homeowner make an educated decision to find the right home and home loan for themselves. Thanks again, Mike. Thanks, Jeff, for showing the integration live, and thanks everyone for attending today. We look forward to helping you be successful now and in the future. Cheers.